By now, you must be already using GitHub Copilot or Gemini plugin to generate code in your Android Studio. But now Android Studio has introduced that you can add your own LLM. Either you can use your own ChatGPT or cloud account to use instead of Gemini, or you can install and run your local LLM to generate codes in the Android Studio. With this feature, there are some advantages and disadvantages. We will discuss this more in this video. So I will be using Ollama with GPT 20 billion model to run locally on my PC. You can also use LM Studio to download and run LLM in your PC. So first you have to download the latest version of Android Studio. So I've already downloaded it, and then go to settings and download the latest version of Gemini. Okay. After you install and restart your Android Studio. Now second step is to go to Ollama website and download the desktop application. So this desktop application will look like this. Here on the drop down you can select the model that you want to use. I am using GPT OSS 20 billion model, and then send hi. So the first time you will send hi, it will start downloading the LLM in your PC and it will automatically start running on your local host. After downloading, make sure you run this localhost 11434 on your browser, and there you can see Ollama is running. That means your LLM is downloaded successfully and is ready to use, because we need this endpoint to be used in the Android Studio. Now go back to Android Studio, go to settings, tools, AI, model providers. So you can see here already an option of Gemini and Google AI Studio. That means you can insert your own API key from any account, insert the API key, and you can use Gemini from that account. Now I'm going to use local LLM. So for here, click on plus icon. Here is a two options, local provider and third party remote provider. In third party remote provider, you can use Claude or GPT models here like this. So you have to insert the URL and API key. You can use that model or add local provider. So I'm going to add a local provider. Here I've mentioned a name Ollama, and then the local host and the port should be same 11434. Click on refresh, and if the local host is running in your PC, you will see the models being used in the Ollama. I have only one model available, so it's showing only one option. Make sure it is enabled. Click apply and it's ready to use. So this is a sample project that I'm working on. So go to the Gemini chat window, and in the drop down make sure you select GPT OSS model or the local model that you are running. By default it is selected Gemini model, so I've selected GPT model, and then I'm going to make some changes. So here I'm going to mention this file, add the file name and type add new theme in material app, add dark theme and light theme. So this will take few minutes and it will generate a code on the file. Okay, now it's asking me to make changes, keep all changes. So a theme, a light theme and a dark theme has been added. Okay, more changes here now. So our code is generated now. Let's try to make another changes here. So now I have asked to generate a code of simple login screen with Firebase authentication plugin and add this code in the project file. So as you can see, it generated a detailed response about how to add the Firebase initialization, add the plugin, Firebase auth service and everything. But it did not add this code on the files. So this is one of the disadvantages of using a local or very generic LLM, that it's able to perform in the chat box, but it was not able to act or edit any files. So sometimes this works, sometimes does not work. So even the edit file is not working, you can still go to the file and click on cursor or copy button, and this code will be pasted in that particular sections. So you can also do in this way. Now models which are made for the coding are better to do this job, but if you are working with the local LM, you might have to give a detailed prompt for every task. So instead of typing everything one by one, it's better to create a template of this prompt. So go to the prompt library here, tools AI, prompt library, and here I have created some custom prompts. So you can see in the custom actions, I have created a prompt: understand the problem, break into steps, understand the requirement, task, dependencies, avoid changes to unrelated course, list solution of the problems, list down which file will be affected, and create an edit. So create and edit might not work with the local LM, but other things will work. And this current file will not work because Gemini says that you have to use Gemini model to use this feature in the Android Studio. So Gemini plugin has restricted some access to Gemini only, not for the third-party LLMs. Click apply, click OK. Now if I have to use the same prompt again, I am going to type here add, and you can see the custom action from the prompt library is mentioned. Click it. So the previous template is already done. Here now you can add your own code. Add Firebase database library. So this time the previous template is already written. All I have to do is pass the context in the prompt. So it created a detailed response. What data it is choosing, update the packages, sync dependencies, and every code is being generated. All I have to do is copy it and paste it in our editor. So what are the advantages of using a local LLM in Android Studio? So suppose if you have very small work like bug fixing or generate a test cases or add a documentation here, you can use a local LLM efficiently and it will do the task. In case you are using free quotas only for Gemini and Copilot, in case those free quotas expire and you do not want to buy the pro subscription, you can also use this local LLM. This will be free forever. Although there are some limitations that I will discuss in the disadvantages section, but this will work forever and you can generate code and ask questions in this local LLM agent. Now this is also useful in a specific use case, that is where we are using a private data. You do not want to send your own code snippet or some data directly to third party LLM. Instead you are using local LLM, hence all the data will be saved within your PC and it will not be stored in any third party server. Now disadvantages. Actually, I feel there are more disadvantages than the advantages by using local LLM in Android Studio. First is the reasoning. As you can see, if you try the Gemini or Copilot, even in the free trial, they are better at reasoning. They know what steps to be taken to achieve a particular task. While I am using a GPT OSS 20 billion model, which is only text to text model and it's a very generic purpose model. So it does not perform well as compared to Copilot, but it does the job. So you might want to use the specific codex version of any LLM that is specifically trained to generate and analyze the coding part. They will perform better than these generic local LLMs. Another point is that these codex version may not run in your local PC because of their high size volume. They may require 24 GB or more above of GPU. Second is knowledge cutoff. So my GPT OSS model knowledge cutoff is June 2024. That means it doesn't know any information generated after that date. So it can perform only till that date, June 2024. So make sure you download the latest LLM using the latest knowledge cutoff. And the third point is Gemini plugin itself. Gemini plugin says that you can use all the features when you use Gemini model, but if you are using local LLM, they restrict some features in the Gemini plugin. That means I cannot run a CLI command. I cannot connect to an MCP server that is installed already in my local PC. Also, your LLM cannot perform web search for the latest info. So these are the few disadvantages while using Gemini plugin with the local LLM. Now overall conclusion of using local LLM in Android Studio is that if you are interested in the advantages of this plugin, then you can use local LLM here. But I personally will use the paid subscription or IDE like Anti-Gravity because they are better at reasoning and follow multi-step process better than these local LLMs. I hope you like this video, subscribe this channel and see you in the next video. Till then, keep learning.